G'day folks, Ashley here from Ground Speed Gaming, and we're going to do another flight today, this time from Socorro, New Mexico across to Roswell, New Mexico. And as you can see, it's an early morning here in New Mexico, and we're in for some beautiful weather today. Before we get started, just have a quick look at this. This is the route we're taking. Socorro, New Mexico is here. Going up to these Socorro VOR, across to the Corona VOR, and down to the Chisholm VOR. Do a landing using the VOR Bravo approach into Roswell, New Mexico. We are not going directly across because Romeo 5107 Hotel is actually active up to 9,000 feet, and also beyond that you've got MOAs and military operations areas, and I'd actually just avoid those things altogether. So why not? Our departure place, Socorro. There's nothing here that's really going to stop us other than the VOR is actually not monitored. So in real life it could actually be not working. Roswell. The only thing of concern here is actually ILS is not available because it's actually closed for today. So that's okay, they're probably doing repairs on it. That's restricted airspace, so that's currently active. 5107 Hotel up to 9,000 feet, so that's another reason for that area. CNX is one of the vortex we're going to fly towards, and it is also not monitored. So in reality, you would do this route with GPS. This is with regards to the area depicted up to 400 feet. It's not actually going to affect us, but that's what that purple area is there. Up to 400 feet, there's some OV activity. We're going to the vortex, and then we'll keep travelling a bit further around here and down this way. So we're actually going to miss that area, but it is in the vicinity. As for the weather, Socorro, it's actually pretty good, as you can see when we're looking outside. Roswell, once again, weather's pretty good. It's going to be a bit gusty this evening, but we're going to be there well before then. And we're staying within New Mexico, so obviously we're smack bang in the high pressure system. Looks like there's a bit of a trough, or it'd be a ridge actually, but it's not going to affect us at all. And that's all we need for now. So we'll head down to the aircraft and get this bird started. Okay, so here we are in the aircraft, and as you can see, the oil has been topped up. It's at 7 quarts. Our engine's looking good, so we can pack that away. All right. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the fuel selector up. It is on. Things off. Yep. Switches are off. All right. Okay, seat back track is locked. Avionics, they are all off. Carburetor heat, that is off. Mixture, we go full rich there. Throttle was set slight. Brakes, they are on. Prop area, we'll just make sure, visually check to make sure that's clear. It looks like it is clear. Master on. Light on. You should probably do 4 primes, I think. 2. Stop that flashing, it's annoying. Alright, just yell at the window, clear prop. Alright, good engine start. Oil pressure's good. Flaps are up. Heat defrost, I'm not worried about that. Avionics, we can turn them on now. Me and the ADF. Let's see, we're going to get the ATIS. Let's see, that's 11325.
Kilo Oscar November Mike automated weather observation 1900 Zulu, wind 168 at tree, visibility 10, sky condition clear, temperature 8 C's dew point. 12C, altimeter 299er111.
All right. 168.
Kilo Oscar November, Mike.
29901. Let's have a look here. And the elevation is 4,875. That's right, this airport is slightly hilly, so let's see how that works out. Brakes work. Yeah, there's a ground ramp personnel on my left, so turn to the right here. Yeah, there's a fuel truck. Oh my goodness. I was trying to avoid that dude. Alright. On our way. So we'll check the altimeter once we get up to the top of this hill. It is slightly sloped uphill in this direction, but I think it's quite exaggerated in the sim here, but that's okay. It's all good. Let's do a slight right turn. Left skid. TG is turning correct direction. Left turn, right skid, yep. And artificial horizon remains level. Compass was freely turning, and compass looks like it's pointing in the right direction. 3-3, yep. So we're going to be going 5. Excellent, that looks good. And just keep going. Obviously, you look for traffic. Socorro traffic, Cessna 152 Alpha, Sierra Hotel is taxiing for a departure to the north, runway 15. Socorro traffic. How much RPM I've got to use to get uphill? Yeah, this has got to be exaggerated a bit. Goodness. Need four-wheel drive to get up here. Oh my goodness, that was bad. I figured I was going to slow down quicker than that being uphill. Alright, let's put 1,000 RPM on. And actually, I forgot to lean it. Not a lot, but makes a difference. Alright, so the elevation is 4,875. That's more like it. That's pretty bad. But yeah, that's within 75 feet now, so okay. So we meet that requirement. 29901, so actually I've got to change that in here too. There we go. Wow. And what was it? I need to look at this. I think I put it first. So we're climbing to 11,000. Climbing to 11,000. So 11,000 feet it is. Alright, let's see. The run-up brakes are on. Fuel selector is on. Trim is set for takeoff. Could probably maybe adjust it a little bit. I think that's good. The peg is right near takeoff. Flight controls. Let's make sure they're free and correct. And obviously you also check. Yep. Excellent. Controls. Instruments. So airspeed's reading 0. Artificial horizon's level. Pretend that's the local time. We're within 75 feet. The altimeter is set to 29901. Yeah, the VOR. So we're going to track via we're essentially going to backtrack the VOR DME approach we did in here yesterday. So 179 in the bottom. It's 180, 79. And I'll put 2 in the bottom here actually on the bound track, because I'll explain in a minute. That's about 182. And 116.8, 116.8. Excellent. Very good. We'll have to tune and identify it. We'll have to identify those once we get airborne. I know it says it's picking it up already, but realistically it wouldn't be. So for the departure procedure, what we're supposed to do, even though this is only strictly for runway 33, but we're going to follow the same procedure because the obstacle departure procedure is not available for runway 6, 15 or 24 just due to terrain. And this is when you're just socked in and there's virtually no visibility. But with regards to 33, we'd do a climb right turn heading 030. So that's what actually we'll do. As we get airborne, we'll make a left turn ahead in 030. Obviously remaining visual the whole time. And 030, we're going to intercept the 179 radial, which is we've got there. That's the 2. We've got 2 indicator, that's correct. And we track that one till we get to the VORTAC. And then we enter a hold, tracking 179 inbound, which is what I got here. Hang on. Yeah. 179 to the VORTAC, and then we hold 182 inbound. 182 inbound, yep. 182, we got 182. Yeah, 182. So we track this one to the nav aid, then we hold on the 182, tracking 182 to the station, but that won't indicate that until we get up there. And we have to stay in that hold until we get to above the MEA, which is 9,700 feet. That's what that's about. So that's what we have to, that's what we're going to do. All right. So that's part of the instruments. That's reading good, and compass is still aligned with the compass. 317 or something. Yep, that looks good. Yep. Instruments look good. It's just set. Primer's locked. Okay, 1700 RPM. Sorry about that. That took a while. Now to RPM. With mag. Whoa. No, that's a big drop. Shouldn't have dropped that much. Let's try that again. Left mag. That's more like it. Right mag. Okay, good. Carburetor heat. Yep, dropping the RPM, excellent, very good. Carburetor heat off, RPM increases again. Back gauge is in the green, that's for this one and this gauge. Ammeter is looking good. Oil pressure is good, oil temperature is good. Back to idle, make sure stop. Yes, low voltage. Yep, that's only because of the RPM. Turn off now. Okay. Alright, that's good. So I'm going to use 0 flaps, mixture set, carburetor heat is off. Pitot heat, turn that on. Strobes and lights. Heating bug is on our initial outbound heading at 030 to intercept the radial. This one. On that one. Doors, windows are shut, landing lights on, strobes on. Let's go. We're going to rotate at 50 and climb out at 66. Socorro traffic, Cessna 152, Alpha Sierra Hotels entering runway 15 for a departure to the north. Making a right hand turn, Socorro traffic. Alright. And it shouldn't take long to accelerate because it is going downhill. There we go. It's loading now. Slope. Oh wow, look at the clouds over there. RPM is up. Runway is clear. Airspeed is alive. It's 50 knots. Okay, beautiful. Looking for 16 to 6 on the climb rate. Good. Beautiful day for flying. I won't start the turn just yet. Let's see. Altitude. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Altitude. Lovely morning here in Socorro, New Mexico. The sun is peeking over the horizon. I'm netting the tips to our left. Keep an eye on that needle. Yep, we're almost on track there. Switched in that trolley. Look at that speed. You have to lower the nose a little bit. Back to flying for a minute. Needle's almost centered. Alright, I think we can put on nav mode now. Nav mode's confirmed. Change. It'll change heading in a minute. Okay. Heading of the approximate over there somewhere. Now I'm pretty sure we're going to get to our MEA before we get to the nav age. There's still another 13 miles to go. So we're going to 11,000 feet. So once we get over 9,700, I'll switch this one to the outbound leg of 75. Cruise checklist. Yeah, mixture instruments. Arrow set. Land a little bit more. Back after landing. That's good. The next one will be heading 075. Yeah, 5-5. That'll work. And 2 miles to go. Or really, probably about 1 mile. at about 1.3 I'll start the turn. I'll make it 1.4. 0.4. So you want to always keep a good lookout. Beautiful terrain. Let's go heading mode and accept 075. And I forgot there's the EFB on here as well. You see we're obviously very close to it. It's, I don't make reference to that. There's the heading. Shot right through it. Silly, silly. Shouldn't have been playing with the EFB. Switch to the nav mode is going to violently chase it up. Just wait. This sector is 57 nautical miles, so it's not going to take too long. Once we get established in nav mode, then I'll configure F2 for the KROW VOR. I'm in 5.5. Have to. Looks like it's picking up something. Let's identify it. Have to someone. Try again. Tune did not identify it. Excellent. And just looking out ahead, you can see obviously there's a little bit of cloud cover. However, we are slightly above it. Just double check the outside temperature again. We might skim the tops of them. The outside temperature is about 5 degrees Celsius or something like that. So we are above freezing. The reason you want to keep that in mind, even though we're above freezing, it could potentially be a problem, especially if it gets over the wing, is the Venturi effect. Air flowing over the top of the wing is now with the Venturi effect, just like it does when it goes in the pitot tube and also into flying the carburetor. It accelerates and the temperature drops. So we might be outside air temperature just above freezing. The air on top of the wing, if we were to fly through with moisture, it still might form ice on the wing, even though we are at above temperature, above freezing. And the same again within the pitot tube itself, Venturi effect cooling the air flowing in there. Which is why there's no reason not to put the pitot heat on at all, ever. So that was one thing my chick examiner really hammered into me was with regards to icing. It's like there's no reason not to put that pitot heat on at all when you're flying these light aircraft. So. And he's right, absolutely right. So, but looking at these clouds, we might just skim the top of them. We'll see. That might be actually a pretty cool effect. Basically, whenever the clouds are above the horizon, you're below the clouds. If the clouds are at or below the horizon, the clouds are below you. So it looks like they're right on the horizon, so that's why I'm thinking we can skim probably the tops of them too. So it'll be fine. It'll be right. I think it's going to look pretty cool actually. Six miles to go before we make our right-hand turn. And this last sector, it actually has a changeover point. Up here. We're currently flying towards Corona VOR. We're going to make a right-hand turn, track 1226 at changeover point. So at 33 DME, we've got to change over to the Chisholm. That'll be 33 and 48. Easy. So if that's not depicted, you'd have to do it halfway, which is an 81-mile leg. So yeah, at 33 DME, we've got to switch over. I'll switch over to heading mode now. Set the 126. Okay, as the aircraft is establishing itself on the RPM 126 radial. AV2, switch to 116.1. It should be 308 bottom, just make sure. Yep, that's pretty good. Alright, let's identify that one. We're looking for dash dot dash dot dash dash. I'll bring that dash plate up. Nav2 is tuned and identified. Alright, so the actual approach. We're actually coming in on this radial, 308 radial. So when we get to Hons, that's where we're going to start the approach. We'll make a right-hand turn, 90-degree turn, and intercept the 18 DME ARC. Follow that around until we get to the intermediate approach fix of Lover. And then we'll track 098 inbound to the nav aid. Once we get to the nav aid, then we can, that's the final approach fix. We can then descend down to our circling height of 4,140 feet. Excellent. And depending on the winds, will depend on which runway we use. It is a towered airport, however, obviously we're not going to be doing those comms. Elevation is 3,671. But once we get to Hons, we can then descend down to 7,000 feet. And inside level, we can then descend down to 6,000 feet. And from the final approach fix, actually, once we're inside level, we can then descend down to, when we're within 10 miles, we can descend to 5,000 feet. Very good, very good. Pretty straightforward approach, this one. So it'll be a good one. Now there is actually an NDB towpan. It's actually, it looks like it's part of the ILS approach. 305. So I've dialed it in just to see if it works. And it looks like it's picked it up. Just identify it. There you go. And see how it's shaking? That's actually quite realistic. NDBs did that a lot. It wasn't precise, it was just shaking here and there. I mean, we're not going to be making reference to it as part of the VOR approach, but I just thought it was interesting just to dial it up. Okay, we are approaching the 33 DME changeover point, so what I'll do is heading set straight heady mode. And at 3.3 we'll switch over to 116.1. Okay, 116.1. And let's identify that. Not identified. We can switch back to nav mode. That's going to be some slight correction, but that's okay. And you'll see the DME is decreasing. Now we'll see if the DME updated. Got it. it's still showing the old one, identifying the old DME. It has updated. The changeover points. Here's the changeover points. It'd be at 3.3, 4.8 is the other direction, right, 4.6 again. And that's probably most likely it. So we'll pretend it identified correctly. Okay, as we're getting close to 30 DME, I'll just do a quick reminder of this approach that we're going to be doing. We're doing the VOR Bravo approach into Roswell VOR B. So Bravo, so it's not specific for any particular runway. We're currently inbound on the 308 radio. We'll get to Hons, make a right-hand turn, following the 18 DME ARC until we get to the point above, just the intermediate approach fix, making 098 inbound. We can't go below 6,000 feet until we're at 10 DME. Then we can ascend to 5,500 feet. Station passage is the final approach fix. We can descend down to 4,140 feet. And based on the ATIS earlier, we expect to land on runway 17. However, we'll check that now, make sure it hasn't changed. Wasn't it? Yep, that's the one.
Roswell Airport information, Oscar 2000 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10, sky condition clear, temperature 8, dew point 2, altimeter 29er89er.
The fact that it was still information Oscar suggests it has not changed. Yep, wind's calm, still stick with runway 17. Excellent. Okay, we're not too far away now from the 18 DME ARC, so what we can do is we can do our pre-descent checklists and pre-landing checks. So mixture, I'm actually going to leave that for the time being. Fuel selector is currently on. Carburetor heat we'll adjust as necessary, as long as the RPM's in the green, we'll leave it off. Once the RPM's outside the green, I'll apply carburetor heat. ATIS, we have, the altimeter is set to the local altimeter setting at Roswell. The instruments are currently set, and that's the inbound radial at the moment. That's going to be the inbound track 098. And I'll update that once we get on the DME ARC. Both nav 1 and nav 2 have been tuned and identified. So the instruments are good to go for the descent. Pre-landing checks, brakes, make sure they're off. Any lights and text lights, we'll turn those on now. Seat belts, make sure you're all fastened in there. You're landing fairly soon. Mixture, once again, we'll adjust as necessary. Carburetor heater will be applying on once with RPM outside the green arc. Fuel selector is already on, and flaps will adjust as necessary. Pre-landing checks are complete. Okay, so I'll start the turn, your right-hand turn, 90-degree turn at 18.5 DME. By the time we settle on, it should be at about 18 DME. And we'll follow that arc around to 098 radial. I'll try and visualize it here. Alright, so just pretend the VOR is there, the center of the DG. We're here, we're currently tracking towards the nav 8. And just treat the outer edge like 18 DME. We're going to track around until we track. That's 098 there. That's the outside of that. We're going to track around to here. Inbound to the nav 8, continue on 098. Land. Okay, and got about a little over a mile to go before we switch over to heading mode. These speeds, I think 0.5 should be okay. 5. Let's go to heading mode. Okay, we can put 098 at the top here. Make sure I get it accurate. 09568. That's about there. And we increase this one. 108, that should give us about 10-degree warning, so this will move first, and this one. Alright, we'll keep an eye on that. We're at 18 DME, and we can ascend down to 7,000 feet, so light throttle back a bit. Let's see, I might change the heading just a little bit. Should be good. So intercooler tolerance is plus or minus 1 mile, so 0.2 is okay. DME. Yeah, we're inside 18 DME, so I'll leave the heading a little bit longer before we get back to 18 again. Maybe that was a little bit too much of a heading change, but that's okay. We're only off by 0.3. Yeah, 0.4. I'm not going to need to change the heading for a little while. Okay, we've got movement. Good. VOR 2, so that means once that centres, we're 10 degrees out, and that'll start moving then. Now that's a bit more than I was hoping. That's a little too much for my liking. So let's go back a bit. Nav 2 is reaching the centre, so once this gets to the centre, that should start moving. And not too happy with that DME ARC then, like, it's not good. It's intolerance, but it's only just. That's good. Until we're essentially paralleling it, ground speed's almost zero. I should have been watching the ground speed as I was making my turn. I'll do that next time. Okay, Needled VOR2 is about to center, so this one should start moving in. And obviously I've got to maintain this heading until we get back to 18. Alright, we've centered there, so let's put that back to 098. And there's nav1's movement. Nav1. That's the one we're actually tracking. Be interesting to see how close we get to 18 again by the time we get there. It'll be fairly close. And that's approaching the intermediate approach fix lava. The 0982 station at 18 DME. Be pretty close. And we can't go below 7,000 feet until we're inside lava. Get there, we'll make our left turn and track 098. Very close, very close. We're actually pretty close to 18 DME. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. I cut the corner a little bit, but not too bad. Oh, spot on, mate. Spot on. It's gonna be right on. Put reminder. Alright, it's time to turn in. Yeah. We are established. Therefore we can continue our descent to 6,000 feet. That's nav mode. We can't go below 6,000 feet until we get inside 10 DME. 6,000 is our limit for the moment. These altitudes should actually work out pretty well. We've got 1,000 feet to go. We've got 5 miles until we can go to 5,500. decent ground speed. To go before we can descend down to 5,500 feet. Turn the cover to head off. I was hoping I'll be able to just continuously descend 5,500, but that's okay. It was pretty close. Half a mile before we can go to 5,500. Then DME. Send to 5,500. Shouldn't have them getting my way around this thing. Now 400. And once we get station passage, then we can descend down to 4,140, or essentially 4,200. Looks like it's going to level off again at 5,500 feet. Excellent. Do not want to bust any of these altitudes for a non-precision approach, or any approach actually. Apply a bit of power, just leveling off. To the DME, to the Navo. Can't see the airport yet, but no doubt it'll become visible. The airport itself, well, the missed approach point's actually 4.2 miles beyond the Navo, so it's not much further beyond it. Yeah. Set this 4,200. MDA is 4,140. Only got 100 increments, so 4,200 is fine. The elevation is 3,671, so we're actually not that far above the ground. We're below pattern altitude anyway, even for 200 feet. And we're expecting to break right to land on runway 17. Should be not much of a right turn, just like 45 degree turn. Right. Miles to the navigate. Looking good so far. The speed's good. We're on track. Temperature, pressure, look good. Yeah, good shape. I'll briefly switch over to heading mode just because the kind of confusion, it might mess it up a little bit. I'll try and chase a needle or something silly. Alright, let's switch to heading mode now. So keeping an eye on tracking still. The tracks remains the same direction, it doesn't change at all. So. Shame what altitude it says. Oh, distance when we pass over. Just flick from to from. Just a moment. Gotta be. There we go. Just overhead. Just don't change anything. Yep. From. Excellent. Okay, let's switch back to nav mode. Just gonna chase that a little bit. Hope we can descend down to. Throw it back a bit. Carburetor heat. (1,200 feet). And the missed approach point is at 4.2, 3 miles. It's a bit quicker than that. How's it good to go? Got 2 miles to go to the missed approach point. A bit hazy. the runway there, this threshold, so turn that autopilot off. Sails a bit more here. And put 10 degrees flaps out. Runway 17. Perfect. Looks like they had a runway straight in, but they've since closed it. It's got that X on it. I wonder why they closed that runway. Oh, right. Let's land this puppy. Wow, yeah, we're using a lot of runway here. Look how long it is. All right. I don't even think we need to use brakes. This is so long. We taxi away somewhere. There we go. Oh, this is a really long runway. I know it says 10,000 feet, but oh boy. It was a good thing I landed this that far down the runway. Alright, we'll just stop here momentarily. Brakes on. Pitot can come off. Strobes can come off. The landing light can come off. Transponder on standby. And flaps are up. Trim for takeoff. We just landed on 17. Must be a hotel we're on. We'll just make a left-hand turn on Charlie. Looks good. And there's no other runways to cross, so very good. Let's do that. Looks about right. Interesting to look around the airport, see if there's any spare airliners that they've got parked here. It is a default airport, but it actually looks pretty good for a default airport. It's cool. Actually a bit fast, really. I guess we'll just park by one of those hangars off to our left. Here's that other aircraft, whatever that aircraft is. Just follow the line. There's a whole bunch of them. Where that marshaller is, we'll go right there. It's a good spot. DA42. Look out, dude. Coming in. Hey. I guess he's trying to get out. Oh, mate. Alright. Don't want to hit you. Alright, let's hit the brakes. Brakes are on, text lights off. Let's turn all our avionics off. It'd be so much better if there was a master switch in here. It's so much easier. Come on. There we go. Alright, the mixture. It off. Switches off. All the remaining switches are off. There she is, all packed up for the night here in Roswell, New Mexico. So folks, welcome to Roswell, New Mexico. I know a lot of old American Airlines MD-80s ended up here. So I drove through here, I think it was back in 2012, on a road trip from the east coast to the west coast, and I stopped through Roswell, and yeah, there were heaps of airliners, old MD-80s here. So I just wanted to see if that was depicted here, but it's obviously not. So I don't know if there's any payware for Roswell, but if there is, I'm sure they include that in it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. If you liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, all that jazz. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.